Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Justin Riley, and we're here with Laura McIsaac, who is the Director of Sales for the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Laura, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good to have you here.
Yeah.
So, Monona Terrace has 3 roles. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I can. That's a great question. We actually do 3 things for our community. We're an economic catalyst as Director of Sales. I mean, that's what we focus on. My team and I, we bring business to Madison. People stay in Madison hotels. They eat in Madison restaurants. So we drive business in our community and surrounding areas. We're also a tourist destination. It's I think you know that we're a Frank Lloyd Wright design building, and so we get a lot of people coming in from all over the world just to look at the building and to appreciate the architectural significance. And then finally, we're a community gathering place. So we do a lot of things for the community. We have some free community rooms. We do a lot of programming through our community events department that is meant to bring people into the building and have them enjoy the building. Yeah, so those are the 3 roles that we focus on at our building every day.
That's very neat. I wasn't even aware of that second role, the
tourism, yeah.
Worldwide. Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Well, Frank Lloyd Wright is a huge following, and so we'll see people. I mean, the building's open to the public daily from 8 to 5, and so we see people coming in just simply to admire the architecture. We've got some attractions that I'll talk about later, but there are things that people come just to admire the building. We're really fortunate to have such a beautiful place.
That is really nice. Now, those of you who are familiar with the Monona Terrace Convention Center, you'll remember the orange carpet that they used to have that was new to the building when it was first built, but I understand that you've made some changes this year. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, we did. We underwent a renovation. We try to do one every 10 years. This year, in January, we closed the building down and we changed the carpeting out. I mean, it's one of those things that people either loved it or hate it. I personally loved it. I mean, I've been at Monona Terrace for enough years to have had it grown on me, but now it's a lovely burgundy shade with some of the similar colors that were in it before. Some of the other things that we did for our renovation were remodeling the bathrooms. We're a LEED certified facility, meaning that we're a green building, and so we made some modifications that helped in that endeavor, changed out light bulbs. We painted the whole facility. We've gotten some new displays and exhibits, things like that, things that bring people into the building. But just overall, I mean, the infrastructure it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes too, but the renovation, it keeps the building in tip-top condition so that we can continue to sell it and be very proud of what we're doing there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That's great. Now, you have some events, a variety of events that are open to the public on a month-to-month basis. Can you tell us what's coming up that might be open to the public?
Yeah, sure. So you probably have heard there's the farmers market, obviously, that takes place on the Capitol Square for the winter months. That comes into Monona Terrace then. So that's happening on Saturdays in the building. The first weekend in December, I wrote it down here, December 6th, we've got the Fair Trade Holiday Festival, and that's an event that's open to the public. You can come in and purchase items for holiday season. We also have our U.S. Bank First Star Eve on New Year's Eve, which takes place. That's a family-friendly event, open to the public, of course, as well. And there's so many other things. I would encourage people just to go to our website, mononaterrace.com, because that's where you're going to find listing of all the events that are free and open to the public.
Excellent. You guys do any decorating for the holidays?
We do. The architects that helped, well, not Frank Lloyd Wright, but people that actually worked with Frank Lloyd Wright and then their friends helped us do some decor for the holidays. It's based on shapes and forms versus more traditional holiday decor, but it definitely gives the building a nice holiday feel. They're going to start to put that up after Thanksgiving, so that'll be ready for all the holiday parties that are taking place at Monona Terrace in December, January, and February.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you would like people to know about Monona Terrace that perhaps maybe they don't already know?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think probably one of the best things that my marketing director is going to roll over, but I think it's one of those things that people perceive us, that we look expensive, and that's really not the case. From a sales perspective, we spend a lot of time telling people, just how economical we are in terms of the opportunities here in Madison. So I encourage people, if they have any events, weddings, we do a lot of weddings per year, things like that they give us a call and just ask us, because we're glad to, the team that I work with, we're glad to give the information and glad to share that with the people. But we only look expensive.
We only look expensive.
We only look expensive. I know, it's kind of a cornball. That's why I say my marketing guy's going to roll over. Anyway, sorry for that, but it is one of those things we want people to know.
Sure. Well, Laura McIsaac, thank you so much for coming
Really,
on the
my
program.
pleasure. Thanks so much. Appreciate
Go on down
it.
and check out the new carpeting and much, much more at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with Amber Fritz, who is the Product Implementation Manager, hope I said that right, for Dean Health Plan, and she's going to help us kind of navigate some of the more difficult things about the healthcare system in our society. So, Amber, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So, how long has Dean Health Plan been in operation?
Dean Health Plan has been selling health insurance for over 30 years. In addition to selling health insurance plans to employer groups, something you might get through your employer for your annual enrollment period, we also sell insurance directly to individuals. They can buy right through us if you don't have insurance coverage through your employer.
Very cool. And tell us a little bit about what you do as the Product Implementation Manager.
Yep, so I'm a member of the product team at Dean, and that whole team, we split up a variety of duties. Everything starts with our product managers. They design the health insurance plans each year. New regulations come out, market trends change. We do some surveys and research to find out what the population in our service area is really looking for in their insurance. Product managers design those plans. They hand them off to me, and I help communicate them internally with all of our other business areas, making sure claims, enrollment, billing, all those departments know the key features, the requirements, the changes from the prior year, and then I help get those plans implemented in all of our systems so that ultimately we can pay our members' claims and keep track of all the details.
Right on. So you're kind of like a well-educated messenger, where you have to really know all the details of each product and then be able to communicate all those details to other folks within the business.
Yep, messenger. I facilitate a lot of conversations.
Yes.
Making sure it's not two ships sailing past each
Right.
other in the night.
Exactly.
Yep.
What's one really important thing that you feel people need to know about Dean Health Plan?
What we really want people to understand is that Dean Health Plan is on the federal marketplace on healthcare.gov, and through that you can get very affordable health insurance with Dean. Affordable coverage is available. That's why the marketplace is out there, and we are participating in that. We want to be available to as many people as possible.
Right on. How do you feel your business can help viewers at home? What are some other ways that you guys can help viewers at home?
So ultimately our goal is to just educate people on healthcare reform, the ACA. We have a variety of resources available. Our website is deancare.com/sign-me-up. If you go to that with the sign me up at the end, we have tutorials, explanations of various key pieces of healthcare reform. We link you directly to healthcare.gov from there, so if you need to shop for plans and want to check out what discounts and subsidies you're eligible for, you can also buy the insurance right through that Sign Me Up page directly through Dean if you knew what you wanted to get. In addition, we have a kiosk at the Westtown Mall. It's called the Dean Spot, and our goal with that is not even to sell insurance. It is to answer questions. We have qualified, very experienced customer service staff there 7 days a week to simply answer questions. We've got pamphlets and brochures. We have a really nice touch screen tutorial, and we want to help people navigate what is a very confusing and often overwhelming experience.
Yes. So this is for folks who maybe didn't ever have health insurance prior to it being required by federal law. This is a way for them to get the information they need so that they can figure out what exactly they need. And
Yep, a lot of times, you hear a little segment on the news or you hear people talking about it and you don't know what it actually means for you. What do I actually have to buy? What am I buying? What am I getting for this? Is it a deal? And terms like the metal tiers and the individual mandate, things like that can sound very confusing and intimidating, and ultimately we just want to help people understand.
Absolutely. Now, it's the month of November, and as of the 15th of this month, open enrollment for the marketplace, healthcare.gov, opened again. Can you tell us a little bit about, for those of us who maybe don't know, what is open enrollment and who should be enrolling in open enrollment?
Yep. So in open enrollment, you're correct, it began on November 15th and it runs through February 15th of this year. And that's the once a year time period where everybody can go out, and if you didn't already buy insurance, you can go make a selection. And you're right, there are going to be penalties. There's mandates saying that you have to buy insurance. So this is the time where you can go do it and not face paying a penalty. If you already bought insurance and you are renewing your coverage for another year, you can go back out during open enrollment and update your personal information, and this will give you the most current and accurate discounts and subsidies. So open enrollment is kind of a very key period of time. It's a familiar thing in Medicare world. People who have Medicare plans, they have an open enrollment period. It's the same idea. It's the chunk of time in which you're allowed to shop.
Amber Fritz, thank you so much for coming on the program. Dean Health Plan, check them out, and we'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. We're joined by our friends from the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, and I'm sitting next to Karen Gallagher, who is the Director of Development. Karen, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to see you guys and
Yeah, always a pleasure to
touch
have
base.
you on.
Thank you.
Right on. So tell us a little bit about what programs you're offering nowadays at the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County.
Well, we offer many, many programs. We're very much a multifaceted after-school program, and we offer programs anywhere from health and wellness programs to our CAPA, which is our Creative Performing Arts programs, to college continuation program, to college club programs so kids can get academic support. So when you come into the Boys and Girls Club, a lot of people think that we're just more of a recreational place where kids go after school. But we're so much more than that, and it's been a pleasure serving them for the last going on 3 years to really tell the story of the Boys and Girls Club of what we do for kids in the community. We serve closing in on 4,000 kids in the
Wow.
Dane County community. So our goal and our strategic plan is to really get out there and touch more lives every day, to really promote programs, promote what we're doing, make sure the kids have good positive experiences after school and also during summer.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now the holiday season is coming up. Thanksgiving is approaching, and
Right.
soon it'll be December. What sorts of things are you doing? Do you have any holiday events or
Oh, yeah.
things going on for the Boys
Holidays
and
is,
Girls Club?
you talk to any nonprofit person in the world of nonprofit, holidays are a big time to not only serve the community but also serve your direct mission. And this coming holidays, we have several events on the docket. We also have a lot of community events that we are involved with as an organization. And the main one coming up is November 25th, which is next Tuesday. We are having a big turkey dinner for our community at the Allied Drive Boys and Girls Club. We'll be serving over 500 people turkey dinner, giving out over 200 turkeys to families that might not have had the opportunity to afford turkey dinner, so we're going to be able to pass out baskets as well. So it's a busy time for us. We have several other events leading up to Christmas. And we're also doing a lot of, this is a time of the year where, we try to support a lot of our families that cannot afford, Christmas as a whole. So we're doing a lot of outreach as well as an organization.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It really is so much more than just an after-school
Absolutely.
program. You're out reaching out to the community. You're providing things for folks that are in need. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's part of our mission. We're here to serve children, but we're also here to serve their families and make sure that, they have resources and just the staples of life that, we take for
Right.
granted at times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
What are some things that folks out there can do to get involved in Boys and Girls Club?
Well, if you go to our website, which I know you guys have on your website, you can volunteer. We always are in need of people helping up, whether it's stuffing baskets for the turkey dinner that's coming up, and I believe that's next Monday. So if you go to bgcdc.org. We have several events coming up over the next month that you could sign up and volunteer for. We're always looking for new partnerships and people to be involved with, whether it be mentorships, volunteering for other events throughout the year. It's just not the holidays. We are continuous of what we do. Like I said, we're very multifaceted in regards to what we do in our outreach throughout the year. So we're always looking for people to reach out and help out the club in different ways.
Year round,
Year round.
365 days a
yeah,
year.
There's not a downtime, especially when you're serving kids and making sure that 4,000 kids have opportunities every day.
Absolutely. So you talked a little bit about the Allied Drive location.
Yes.
What other locations do you have in the area for Boys and Girls Club?
We have 2 club sites, Allied Drive being one of them, and then of course Taft Street is the other location. We are also in 8 schools throughout Dane County. We have our Abbott Tops program is run in 4 high schools with the Madison School District. We are also in Verona High School. We run our college club program there. We are also in 2 middle schools that run our other college club program. So we're very diverse, in terms of programs we offer, and I think that's part of the story that we want to get out there, that we do so much more than just club-based programming. We offer programs in Verona, Sun Prairie, Monona Grove, areas like that. And our true goal is to continue that growth. We are Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. We want to be able to reach, all folks in the county and be able to reach out to kids as well in other locations.
Karen Gallagher, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for coming on the show. It's always good to have the Boys and Girls Club back here
Yep.
in the studio. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Don't go away. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. If you are an avid fan of the hit TV show Girl Talk, you should recognize this face. It's one of our hosts of Girl Talk. Kirsten Goggin is in the studio.
Yeah, great to be
Welcome.
back to Talk of the Town. Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you here. So Kirsten, as you may or may not know, is a real estate broker. And why don't you tell us a little bit about who you work for? or-
Sure. Yep, well, I work for Century 21 Affiliated, which is the #1 Century 21 in the world. And they started right here in Madison area, and we've now expanded into Minnesota, Michigan, Illinois. So I am currently number 10 out of 1,300 plus agents now. I can't keep track of. We keep growing, which is
That's a good
which is
thing.
good, but it makes it harder to stay in the top 10.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, so it's a local brokerage, but yes, being that I've done this for 6 years, almost 7, but I started getting designations, which is extra, education and just extra tools to represent
Sure.
both on the listing and the buy side. So I hold many designations, but a lot of buyers and sellers don't know what a CRS is, an ABR, a GRI. So I'm like, well, they know what a broker is, so I might as well go ahead and get that too.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. So winter is upon us right now, let's face
Yes,
it.
it is.
If somebody would want to list their home, let's say in spring, what sorts of things would they need to do now to start preparing for that?
Very good question. Well, first of all, I would say contact me right away because as you're preparing, even if you do wait until the spring, there's a lot that I could assist with in terms of, yes, do this, you'll get your money back out of it, or no, that's not going to matter, or maybe you should offer a credit. You want to make sure that the improvements that you're making, you're going to be able to get back out of your home. And certain things have a lot of wow factor and some things don't. Or, if you're thinking about putting in all brand new carpet, well, maybe the buyers are going to want hardwood floors. So call me, have me come through the house. I can give you a market analysis, let you know how much your property's worth, and estimated days on market. Of course, that's going to change. We'll do it again in the spring so that we're staying current, but it gives you a good idea of what you've got to work with, what your bottom line will be. But I also want to add that right now is a fabulous time to list, and everyone thinks holidays, nobody's looking. It's true that there are fewer well, I don't know, actually this month's been crazy, but it's slower during this time of the year, but the people that are looking aren't just doing it for funsies. They're out because they need to sell, or
Right.
they need to buy
Right.
and move. So it's quality over quantity. And supply and demand, if there's less on the market, are you gonna get more for your home if there's 5 other ones?
Yeah,
Or if it's you and maybe one other?
yeah. Yeah.
So call me.
Call her.
Yes.
With the internet age, we're in the middle of the internet age. People have access to all kinds of information. They have access to the multiple listing service. There's Trulia and Zillow have become very popular.
And Oodle and Realtor.com. There's so many now. Can't keep track.
Why should somebody contact a real estate agent such as yourself versus just
That's a very good question.
looking it up on the internet?
Yep. So Trulia, Zillow, they're great. And I know that people like to get out there, they get excited and they look. But they aren't always exactly accurate. So they might show that they're available and they're not. So you want to check with me. There's also extra information about assessments and you want to contact me to make sure it's available. I also have a really cool program unique to my buyers and sellers. It's called the Home Scouting Report, and it's very robust, and it's the only direct secondary MLS access. So you get listings and price changes a full day ahead of Zillow and Trulia. And if you're really wanting like direct instant stuff, I can also send direct from the MLS, so the minute it hits, you get it. Being the first to know in this market sometimes makes all the difference in getting an offer accepted or not.
Awesome. Now, if somebody's looking for somebody to represent them in the buying or selling of a house,
Yes.
what are some questions that they can be asking when they're trying to find somebody to represent them that would be a good fit for them?
Sure. Well, personality is a good, you want to feel comfortable. You want to know that you can trust whoever you're working with, because that's a huge decision.
Sure.
It's a lot of money. But you want to ask how many units did they sell last year? How long have they been in the business? If it's the list side, what is their sale price ratio to compare to what it was listed for? Right now I'm averaging over 98%. How many days on market is your average? All of those things are very important, and ask, what's the process, and just see how that fit is. And if they're in the listing side too, do they take professional photos? Which sites is this going to be on? Do I have a separate website for my property? So all of those things are very important factors. And actually I've got questionnaires for both the list and the buy side on my website, kjsellsmadison.com. So you can go ahead and print that out and see how the agents stack up and choose who you feel most comfortable with.
Awesome. Kirsten, I want to thank you so much for coming into our studio and doing Talk to the
Thank you.
Town.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always good to see you.
Thanks.
Check out that website, and thank you for joining us on Talk of the Town. We'll see you next time.